The Huawei P30 Pro has been gathering quite the attention these days because of the cameras it packs, and comparing its cameras to the S10 Plus's cameras is the hot topic these days. And most of these comparisons have been yielding in the same results. The Huawei P30 Pro does better in some aspects while the S10 Plus shines out in another. One of these aspects, however, is the low light images or the night mode. With the latest update on the Galaxy S10 series, it made the night mode on it a dedicated feature. And that was necessary because other rival flagships all have that feature. So for this video, I tested out the night mode on the Galaxy S10 and compared it to the Huawei P30 Pro as it is right now the Night King. See what I did there? Anyways, back to the comparison, a bit of justification here. I took some samples in very tough conditions. There were just tiny amount of light, and here's the first picture. If you need any justification to see the clear winner, check out the details on the shot from the Huawei P30 Pro. In our daylight camera comparison, which we did on Huawei P30 Pro's review, the S10 Plus's details were no match for the P30 Pro, and same is the case here. Check out the area right below the gate. You can definitely see things clearly on the P30 Pro. As for the S10, well, the only thing that pops out on this photo are the colors. On the second photo too, the S10 Plus brings in better colors than the P30 Pro. The P30 Pro has this tendency of whitening certain aspects of the image or sometimes all of them, and you can see that too in some of the samples. What the P30 Pro does best yet again is in the detail. And for me personally, the sky looks better on the pictures from the P30 Pro as well. But if you want a more natural looking image, the S10 Plus seems a bit better. If you want to see the color thing I was talking about, here's the example. The blue color on this house here is more pronounced on the S10 Plus, while the P30 Pro seems a bit washed out. The fourth image in my comparison reveals the ugly side of the P30 Pro. How it massacres the natural lighting with its tendency to overexpose stuff. The Galaxy S10 Plus, on the other hand, does it better by balancing it out. Here too, the details from the P30 Pro takes the cake, but if you look at the overall image, the S10 simply does it better. But here's something that makes the difference between these two phones clear as day. Check out the background of this image, and check out that contrast on the photo of the P30 Pro. The details, the contrast, the exposure, everything is well done in this photo here, and it's one of my favorites of the bunch. Here too, the S10 does the colors well but fails in details and contrast. Here are some other photos for you to see. In all of these images, the difference is very clear. If you look for colors, the S10 Plus does it better, but there are more elements visible on the P30 Pro. More details and less noise. One thing I noticed, however, is that P30 Pro does something with these small light sources. Check out the lamps, for example. The P30 Pro tends to throw some light beams around it, making it kinda dance all over the image. The S10 Plus does not do that, and yet if you look at this image, the P30 does the better job despite its dancing lights. However, when it comes to human subjects, the S10 has the edge. P30's tendency to apply this whitish effect on images makes for a bit colder skin tones, while the S10 gives more natural looking faces. And if you want to take others' photos at night, the S10 is the way to go. And here are other images where the P30 Pro clearly shines. It has better details and better exposure. Granted, the colors look better on the S10 Plus, but there is still a bit of noise present in the photos. The reason for that is S10 detects the amount of light and decides its own time for a long exposure, while the exposure time on the P30 Pro is always the same. If you look at this image, noise and grains are seen on the sky on this photo. The S10 Plus's image looks a bit darker than the other one. The P30 Pro has done quite a work to handle the light sources too. Check out that light on the terrace. Speaking of light, this image on the P30 Pro is really lighted up for something that was taken at late in the night. But it looks a bit blurred. This happened once or twice as the night mode pictures take several seconds to capture. So I'll put it there right away. Even in the night mode, the Galaxy S10 Plus and the Huawei P30 Pro are winners in their own aspects and mostly tie up. Mostly. But if you look at all the things, the Huawei P30 Pro is the winner, albeit by a small difference. Still, the Galaxy S10 Plus did a commendable job even after receiving the update very recently. And it's a first generation feature on a Samsung device, so needs to improve. However, Huawei brags about the P30 Pro's camera's nighttime capabilities, and as much as they can prove that, they still need to improve in some aspects. After all, this was the camera that beat the Pixel 3 in this regard. Even in the dimmest of lights, the lenses on this phone do a great job preserving the overall details while minimizing noise and grains. But its tendency to overexpose and throw lights around makes it take some weird night shots. So my verdict stands: the Huawei P30 Pro wins, but the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus stands close behind. And if the trend continues and Samsung keeps on improving on this, we might even see a new Night King down the line.